And we're live, coming to you from Cape Town, South Africa. It's Steve Durgan, joined by wonderful people from various time zones.
Yeah, don't be fooled. We're not all in South Africa. We couldn't all afford that.
No, but please add that onto the musical episode goal.
We all go to South Africa for the musical episode? Is that what we're saying?
No, I mean, just think of goals like that you could help us achieve, such as live recording from various countries. It would just be nice to meet in person, wherever that is strategic to do. I'm guessing continental United States, unfortunately. But how is everyone?
I can't scream. My neighbors will get mad at me.
Thank you for your honest answer. I'm so sorry and unnerved.
I am doing swell. I'm doing swimmingly.
Swimmingly, you say?
Swimmingly swell.
Good. Nikki? Indeed, we do not have audio from Nikki in StreamYard.
Oh.
God is so cruel.
Nikki, for what it's worth, you are currently more present than Gus, who seems to have vanished from our stream. But as we say, when everything's not fine, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything is okay.
Welcome back to Relics of the New Republic by Dustfire Media. I would love to ask a completely unselfish banter question today. I have no self-interest in this at all. It's purely hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
But if, suppose, I were to ask you to officiate a wedding in South Africa this week for a very dear friend of yours.
Oh, yeah.
And this person who's about to get married issued a challenge to squeeze in as many nerdy references as possible to, say, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and the like, into the wedding message. What are some quotes or ideas that come to mind for ways to shoehorn as much nerdy content into there as possible?
Okay, here's the thing. There's a quote from Phantom Menace. Not the expense of the moment, be mindful of the living force. Right? Like, be in the moment type beat. I feel like that you could squeeze that in pretty nicely.
Yeah. Yep.
Now this is pod racing.
Or there's that. This is a marriage.
Now this is marriage.
Will they get that one? It's a reach, isn't it? Hey, we're throwing spaghetti at the wall in this purely hypothetical scenario in which I have to write a ceremony in the next 2 days.
Staying on the wedding thing, you can always just be like, this wedding is so wizard, because that's their like slang, right? You know.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
this wedding is so wizard.
Word slay, right? We started with wizard.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Words.
Yep.
Also,
that could help.
Very famous quote, season 5, episode 8 of the Clone Wars, Bound for Rescue, from Hondo Onaka. I may not be as young as I once was, but I'm older.
Okay, am I back?
You
Yes,
are
you're
back,
back.
Nikki.
Now we can hear
Yay!
Yay.
So wait, are we
Simplest-
keeping quotes to only Star Wars or to any nerdy genre media?
Any
Marriage.
well-known nerdy genre.
Marriage,
you
the
pull,
final frontier.
Yeah, or
I have an
Gandalf,
IGN article
like,
pulled up.
you shall not pass into divorce. Go back to the shadows where you've come from, single life.
The shadows of singleness. Oh no.
The shadows of singleness.
Yeah, I do have some collecting of nerd quotes, and this is very helpful. I'm curious if you have any ideas, Nikki. If you were to officiate a ceremony for a wedding for a dear friend in South Africa in the next few days, what would be some hypothetical things that you might touch on from various nerddoms that you enjoy?
I mean,
Mm.
I would totally just pull stuff from my favorite game series because that is where most of my nerddom is.
Okay.
Like by ourselves we're no one. It's only when we see others that we why am I failing at his oh my gosh.
What is this?
It's really good so far, though.
Yeah, the
It
world
is.
ends with you. Only by allowing strangers in can we find new ways to be ourselves. That's it.
Ooh,
That's cute.
It's really
that's
good.
fire.
Yeah. And also, like the quote itself, like the title comes from "The world ends with you." Only by you have to expand your boundaries to expand your world. Hold on, I am failing at like memorizing quotes from my favorite game, and then
You know, we all understand what it's like to have different brain states.
Now,
Yeah.
if you had said, I need to do this out of Drag Race quotes entirely, I could have had an entire
Ah.
speech for you planned already.
Boots, mama.
there we go.
Mom,
If you
she's
want to
wearing a
enjoy life,
pump. What are you
expand your
talking
world.
about?
Quote now.
Uh,
The world ends with you. If you want to expand, if you want to enjoy life, expand your world. You got to push your horizons out as far as they'll go.
I didn't realize
like
when you
that.
told me the title of this series that it was
mm.
so connected to these deep ideas. That's cool.
Yep. It's all about like growing to understand others that are very different from you.
Mm.
It seems like that's somewhat needed in the world.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I have to confess that when I am asked to officiate something, especially a wedding, but not exclusively weddings, I just want to begin by going, marriage.
I think
And I
you
have
should.
not done it yet.
And it's always a classic. That's why, you avoid it.
That's why, yeah. But the idea, it just looms large over my imagination. Like I'll try to come up with all these other things, and I just keep thinking of that, and it'll probably happen to me in a compulsive way while I'm doing the ceremony.
You could just hire someone else in like the congregation of the ceremony. You just say boo, boo.
If you buy my plane ticket, I'll come down tomorrow. I'll come down tomorrow and I will boo at this wedding. If I get to see one penguin, I'll boo at a wedding.
Instead of
right. Oh, sorry.
instead
Yes.
of them saying "I do," they need to say "as you wish."
Oh,
As
there
you
go.
wish.
Come on, wedding
it's
stickers,
fun.
let's
Why
get
don't you log?
sickening.
I have to figure out the line here on how much to mess with traditional ceremony. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. The next time that we go live, I will have some anecdote about this and how it went. But you're so helpful to mention penguins, Will, because I did mention that I would see penguins, and I am sad to report that it is very difficult to sled on them. I did not attempt it. No penguins were harmed in Steve's visit to South Africa. We stayed a respectful distance away from them, but they just weren't big enough to sled on. And so, jealous
Shame.
of Aang right now. But I am
It makes
happy to
sense.
report that the penguins seem to be doing okay. I have photos and little video clips. I'll put them in Discord. We found some chilling with their eggs. It was cool.
Aw.
Yeah, gotta protect the eggs, Well. Last time we were at a bit of a cliffhanger on Relics of the New Republic. Or should we say rope hanger?
Ooh.
Boo. Yeah, we need more booers on this show. More booers.
Ew.
Yeah. Jingmin is dangling from a rope on the inside of a tent above her grandfather Jingong, and also Lin's mother. Seems like we've just overheard a little snippet of unsavory business at the end of the last episode related to this. Name is in the workshop, but cabbage powder. I forget what else y'all said for potential names. Cabbage Kush, I think, was mentioned.
Cabbage Kush.
What Lynn's mother
Kush it
referred
real
to
good.
as a little bit of nod and smile. On the theme of agreeableness. So I don't know how established the name of this drug is, but
Just
some of that
anthrax.
is in the mix. Anthrax. And someone from the outside of the tent saw you at your point of entry, Jingmin, and it's moving towards you on a flying bison. Not that the flying bison is flying; it is indeed walking. It is a walking bison, which may just be a bison.
One of those
So we
rare
have not seen
walking
it fly.
bisons.
What else happened? An interview with Zephyr Skydancer, which strangely culminated in ruining his plumbing and issuing a threat on behalf of the librarian. Thank you, Gus, as a mook.
Also, can I take a moment to compliment you real quick on air, Steve?
Sure.
Finally had a chance to listen to the episode when, unfortunately capitalism kept me away from the podcast. I told this to Steve in private, but now I want everyone to know this. Steve's impression of me, 12 out of 10. Loved it. It was so good.
Oh, yay.
There was a moment where I was like, oh, Steve is really going to try to go for it. I love it.
I tried to follow Justin's practice of like the absolute minimum comments from a character, but I just don't want them to be totally invisible in an episode, Because like there's no way a mook would do absolutely nothing while his friends are threatened. But thank you, Gus. That's very kind.
Welcome.
Anytime that people want to break a scale and give me a rating that is higher than mathematically possible, I will accept the gesture. On the same token, I will be fair and accept ratings that are lower than the mathematical scale. Hey, you gotta take the feedback when it comes, right? It's okay. The years of the greatest period of fragility are behind me, as far as I'm aware of. I may have an existential crisis tomorrow. Is there anything essential to catch folks up on? I think those were some of the main things. Fumi, in a strange turn of events, was called a frigid jerk by someone who's much more likely to be a frigid jerk than she is. Let's see. Lynn did a very good job alongside Fumi at interviewing Zephyr and getting them to say strange things. I think Zephyr thought the interview went well until the plumbing incident and the strange threat. So,
Well,
yeah, Woshi Ikeru looms large. I feel like there are some time pressure elements in play with everybody. So let's open on Fumi. Where were you last, Fumi? You guys
we had-
fled Zephyr's estate.
Yeah. Fumi's just kind of following them at this point. Wherever Amuk and Lin are going, Fumi's with them.
So we open on a just running Fumi, panting, but keeping up sharp instep with Lin and Amuk. Lin and Amuk, where are you headed now that you've made such a wonderful exit at the Sky Dancer estate? You've got some distance on it now.
I think Gus and I are both looking at each other like, who knows?
I have an idea where, but like, okay, I'm of two minds. Amuk
Okay, yeah.
would hate this idea, but at the same time, Gus thinks it's a great idea for him to go here.
Do it.
But Amuk is saying, I hate it there. But I think we have to do it. We rally at Dumpy's.
We insult their
Let's do that
cooking,
with you.
and 12 hours later, we're back. Less
We're
than
back.
12. It's like, what, 3 hours?
It's been maybe
Yeah.
6 hours max.
I don't think it's been
Yeah.
that long, even.
That has
Only
to be-
because my thought process as a mook would be,
Hmm.
okay, Jingmin's never been here. If we go to the Owl Cat Cafe,
Hmm.
what if she's there? What if Kumadi's with her? We need a new rally spot. Dumpies.
Oh,
The fake
the
Dumpies.
reluctance.
Fake
It's the
Dumpies.
like it's the BBL Dumpy. It's not real.
It's the BBL Dumpy. She's a little bit bigger than she should be, you know?
That's why it's so hollow. The flavor
Yeah.
just isn't right.
Those poor dumplings, they put too much stuffing in them.
I know.
Dumpies
Mainly
without a
salt
soul.
water.
You make it to Dumpy's, and it is just as wonderful as you remember from a few hours ago.
Has the smell improved? Did he at least take my advice to hopefully make the smell?
Amuk,
With
you have
ginger.
a great sense of smell, and the ginger is coming through more, which suggests to you that it is more thinly sliced. And given that there are only 2 other customers in here at lunchtime now, you think this chef slash owner slash busser slash every role possible at a restaurant is applying and taking time to dedicate themselves to the craft and to your advice.
Okay, good.
Good. Yeah, we wouldn't want to see a Mook's dark side here if this advice was
Not right now.
Spurned.
Not while he's this upset.
no.
Just
Indeed.
starts blood
Indeed.
bending him.
It's like Ratatouille,
please.
except worse.
Oh no!
Mook's just like,
Yeah, talk about a Ratatouille gone bad theme. There's just an enormous hat, a Mook's inside of it, on top of a chef, bloodbending them.
Remy was the first bloodbender.
You know? That's a one shot. Diva, that's a one
It
shot.
It wasn't the moon.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't learn from the moon.
We learned from our
We learned
rat.
from the rats. We need a new series. Okay.
I think we peaked there. Everyone, I'm going to head home. Thank you all for having me on this podcast. It's
You're welcome.
a
Thank
pleasure.
you. You finally made unforgettable art.
makes me feel
Oh,
like we need
no.
to do a red wall. A
We're
red
dropping
wall
like flies.
one shot.
Red Wall Avatar. Red Wall Four
Well,
Nations. Cross first.
There were votes when we asked which TTRPG to play next. There were votes for a game that is heavily inspired by Redwall, the name of which escapes me at the moment.
Root.
Mice
I
and
feel
Mystics.
that.
Root. I think it is Root.
Root
yeah.
is a good. Root is good.
As the Germans say, I'm sure.
The board game? Or is there a TTRPG based on the board game with the same name?
There is
Oh,
a
thank God.
TTRPG. Oh, Will coming back? Is that?
I thought Jinkies was gone forever.
It'd be really funny if I just left.
Yeah,
full
like,
commit.
it wouldn't be
Just
the
fully
worst
commit to it.
exit.
Mice with swords.
I'd be like,
that's what-
wow, they were sincere. I feel flattered that we actually touched them with this story so much.
We peaked.
We peaked.
Oh, God.
Well, you make it into Dumpy's. You see 2 other folks at the opposite end, and they seem pleased with the food, and they're speaking in excited whispers about the return of Dumpy's. And you're able to reclaim your your same spot. It's open to you. I'm curious what you do. You did float a plan recently, Amuk, regarding the cabbage powder.
Oh my god, I forgot.
I think we all sit at the table, inevitably wait for the busser, chef, waiter, host.
That's me. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something about me, or did you think it? Sometimes I just say that's me when I walk into a room.
That's a good
Actually,
talent.
I was thinking about you. It smells like you took my advice already.
Your advice smells great. I just hope it tastes great.
Did you remember to increase the amount of collagen in each dumpling?
For the juiciness.
Okay. Can we get an order of soup dumplings, radish cake, and jasmine tea for the table? Please.
So glad to see you back in the same day.
Don't be so happy just yet.
Oh, okay. And he scurries to the kitchen.
Guys, he can read our mind. Is no one else like worried about that?
A little bit.
I'm not
But
worried
also-
at all. He calls from the kitchen.
Can't be here. We have to go.
You just see Amuk stare at the kitchen, angrily thinking to himself, I'm going to end your family line.
Oh my god.
You send
Wait.
this test out into the realms. And he does not say anything.
This is
But
why
you do
Min and
feel
Amuk are
like
friends.
You hear the noises of the kitchen pick up speed just a little bit. So one might speculate.
Amuk just one more time just to be sure. It's like the restaurant is on fire. Just trying to send the message as much as he can.
Break out the crystals, girlies. We are manifesting.
It does not seem to have an obvious effect.
Just
So
look at
you-
Lynn. I don't.
You
I don't
wonder if it was
believe
coincidence.
I think he just likes to run into places and say, "It's me."
Okay. I can respect that. We'll check it on that later.
Okay. So, before he gets here, I may have threatened Zephyr, Scary Dancer, with me being an assassin sent by the librarian. He saw my face. It was the first thing I could think of to make sure he actually is a part of everything. Like, we know he's on the lists that we got, but I figure we can set a trap and see what he does after he freaks out thinking that someone's coming after him to pay the 3 prices with his own life.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Amuk, you remember that you also have a scroll that you retrieved from his desk bearing a recipe.
Also, I went through his things hoping to find something, anything, whether it was a clue to the saddles, to whether or not he's the one buying everything. The only thing I did find was his recipe. I can't tell what it's for. I just hand the parchment off to Lynn to look over.
Lynn's gonna look at it like she knows how to cook. I mean, I have a kitchen. We could recreate it.
Lynn, you look over these ingredients and they read Ursa's coral powder
Mm-hmm.
with a note next to it that says Fire Nation Coast along the Sea of Ursa. You see root of silver mist. You see banyan bark shavings, essence of white jade, and dragon's breath herb. which
Mhm.
Amook would recognize as something he has in a vial in his bag of legumes.
For anyone that's audio only, I did just stand up to get a notebook so I could write all of that down very quickly.
I will copy and paste that list right into the chat for you in
Oh
our
God.
StreamYard.
I will also
I
add
was
it to our
also
list
looking
of
for it.
characters, even though like that's not characters, but whatever. It's important.
That's
Yeah.
It is. We need to look back at that.
Very helpful to have players who care to take notes. I don't want you to have such a burden, so copy and paste is good.
So, if I were to guess, this looks like a pixie stick recipe.
I mean, it's probably just as addictive, if not just as bad for your teeth.
Hey, pixie sticks are great for your teeth. My dentist, my dad, recommended it.
When Lynn finishes reading off the list, I kind of want to take out the dragon's breath herb that I have hidden in my legume pouch
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just put it on the table for Lynn and Fumi both to see. And just, we have one of 3, 4, 5 of the total ingredients.
That's right. 1 in 5.
I feel like if we go to like a bougie farmer's market, we should be able to get the rest of this, right?
How
it'll be that
easy.
I feel like we
Fumi's
might
just
go-
like sitting there swirling her finger to make it like a little tiny little tornado idly under it.
I mean, I think we can get most of this stuff.
Maybe.
And
we have
I
other
think it
things
could be
to
a-
deal with. We
What'd you
really
say?
need to figure out. Yeah, we have other things to deal with before that. Like,
I know.
Oh,
We,
right.
I think, how much money do we have between the 3 of us right now?
Oh, I forgot to tell you because there was a lot of hectic stuff.
I was asleep for a really long time, but thank you for letting me sleep. By
Yeah.
the way, it was kind of needed it.
I got you enough money to get you and Jingmin a place to stay that isn't the assorted rooftops for Public City. And Lynn's gonna produce a couple heaping handfuls of money, but in like a stack, you know?
Organized because it's
Yeah.
yeah. Mook is gonna hand back a couple of the stacks to you.
Nope.
Say, hold on to these for now.
Okay.
Don't have enough pockets.
Oh,
But I
okay.
have an
Yeah, I have a
idea.
bunch.
I think we should get Ben to get these for us while we figure out what we're going to do with that transaction to make sure Fumi doesn't get hurt.
Okay.
Could you repeat that for me, Gus? Make sure that who gets?
To make sure Fumi doesn't get hurt and fulfills her obligation somehow.
Okay.
I'm not really worried about myself. We need to do something about Woshikaru. I'm wondering if we should, ask the Red Monsoon for help.
Oh,
I think they would be more willing to help if we had a bargaining chip. And I think the bargaining chip is probably going to be that drug that they want.
We have inside info for them that we can tell them about. right?
Do information is good, but a physical thing to give them as a sort of apology from us for having so many of them arrested might work
We
better.
did also let all of them out.
True.
And I don't think we should mess with this deal tonight.
I think we should mess with it.
Okay, well, is the person that Wushikiro threatened in town for you, or is it just me whose person is right here right now? Right, we can protect you. It's a circus. What am I supposed to do to help my parents? Get them to shut down their business? They go poor?
Well,
Look, I can protect you both. But right now, it's not my choice to figure out how you want to protect your loved ones, since you're my loved ones. I've already lost one. I can't afford to lose either of you. Whatever the two of you decide, I'll back you both.
what if we steal the powder after the deal?
Okay.
Steve, who's going to get the powder after this deal? I'm sorry to break the moment here.
Yeah. So are you asking who the purchaser is, the buyer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's not specified on the info that was given to you by Woshikeru.
Okay.
You're there to make sure it doesn't go sideways. You're there as extra secret muscle if it goes sideways, but you don't know who it is that's showing up to buy this powder.
The only problem with stealing it after it's been traded, Fumi, is we don't know who it's going to. We don't know how much strength they have compared to us, and we don't know how much security they'll have. The safest spot to steal it is either before it happens or in the middle.
Yeah. I don't
We
know
don't
how
know
we'll
where it's
steal it in the
coming
middle.
from.
'Cause
Not to. We don't know where it's coming from. We just know where it's going to be.
yeah. I feel like if we go to the deal, we'll see who the buyer is and be able to figure it out from there how strong they are.
The other key point too is we can frame Shadow Paw.
Mm-hmm.
That's the important part. Because if they find out it's any of us, it's not going to go well for either of your loved ones.
We can frame Zephyr Skydancer framing Shadowpaw because he apparently knows how to get to her.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just think it'd be real easy to say that the bumbling fool with a lot of money asked his thief friend to do it when he admitted on record he knows how to contact her.
That fool told you he knew how to contact Shadowpaw?
I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah.
He said that, Fumi.
While I
Yeah,
was
yeah, he
away in the
did.
other room? Really? He said
Yeah.
that?
Zephyr is a great interviewer. Come on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, interviewee.
Yeah.
He also admitted that he knows the librarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Lynn, I like that idea.
So I just want to say, since we definitely have seen some tension here, particularly between Fumi and Lynn regarding whether or not to mess with this deal, even if you might be able to pull off doing it stealthily and making it look like someone else is doing. You can use the call someone out mechanic. If you think there's a principle you could call them to live up to. And I'll pause here just for a tech issue because I guess we're still hearing some echo. What's the best way to check this and fix it? Because I can hear myself
banana.
Yeah, there is a bit of an echo after everyone talks. I'm hearing.
Let's take turns muting. I'm pretty sure it's not me.
Bananas.
Yeah, I
Bananas.
just turned my volume down some more to see if that helps. My headphone volume.
Bananas. I'm still hearing it.
Bananas?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm not hearing
Bananas.
it, so it might be my thing.
I'm also not hearing it. So it could be me.
Bananas.
I heard the echo continue when you were muted, Will. So
Okay, let me
could not
try
be
muting myself
that from
then.
you. Bananas. No echo.
I think the culprit is Danny.
Sorry, Nikki. He just decided to blame Danny after that. When in doubt, blame Danny.
Wait,
Wait, whoa, how did we get to this?
how did we get here?
Okay. How's this for me talking?
Yeah, you're sounding good. Bananas? I'm not getting any echo.
Bananas.
Alyssa, never apologize for telling us when we sound off. It is because we can't tell.
True.
Yeah, super helpful.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bananas.
So is it?
we're
Yeah.
getting a small echo still. Do you have echo cancellation on perchance?
I believe so. Hold on.
Settings,
Where did I just put
audio,
the
and
tab?
there's a checkbox in StreamYard.
Yeah, I do have echo cancellation on.
Is there like a complete seal of your headphones to your skin, or do you have hair in there, or
You might have to take duct tape and then just wrap it around your head.
no?
Oh
I've done
my
that before.
gosh.
Yeah, a little face tape moment. Snatch her back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
good?
how is this?
I mean, you sound
Try it
nice.
now?
I'm not hearing an echo so far.
I'm also not hearing one.
I'm hearing the slightest amount only after Will just spoke, but I think we must trudge on with courage.
I'm hearing bananas, but that's just in my head, so we can just skip past that.
Justin, we've created an editing nightmare for you. I'm so sorry.
Danny always hears bananas.
At least we
Scott's in
weren't
the
all saying
over.
bananas at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. Bananas.
Bananas.
Justin, have fun with this later.
Yeah.
So now,
We
guys,
love you, Justin.
what we have to do is reference bananas as many times as possible in the episode so that we reference this moment that has to get cut from what gets published to the RSS feed. That way, it makes no sense to further incentivize
Yes.
people to come to the Twitch stream.
I will find a way to work
Increase the
bananas
pain.
into a scene.
Yes. There we
Just
go.
wait.
Amuk says as he
Well,
menacingly peels a banana.
We opened the drawer, and inside was a singular banana.
So,
While we're on an audio tangent, can I share a quick story?
Oh my god.
do you think it's very important to share this with the class right now, Will?
What if it takes 30 seconds?
That's fine.
I used to run the audio boards for elementary school musicals, and one time a kid missed his cue, and we heard him peeing in the bathroom when we turned his mic on. That's all.
Yes.
So just the whole theater.
Definitely worth it. Glad that I
was worth it.
trusted you. So I just wanted to let you know
We are being
that
told no
one
more.
way. So yeah, characters. In character, if you find a way to reasonably get through this argument,
Mhm.
that's fine. If you want to use a mechanic, that's fine as well. So with a call out, if you openly call someone, to live up to their principle, you shift your balance to do that away from center if you have a slot. And then you would name and roll with their principle, and on a hit, they are called to act as you say or mark a condition. So you're really upping the ante on trying to persuade each other. So that is an option to you. But if you also think of ways to just resolve this in the fiction, that's fine. But I just wanted to introduce it since we've had, I think, a back and forth twice about this, and I don't think Fumi is sold that this is the best course of action. But I leave it to you.
Nope.
In case you're looking at that, Lynn's 2 principles are risk and stability.
That's fair.
Okay.
Amook's principles are restraint versus results, but he is 1 over on results already due to the bloodbending, and he only will get
Yeah.
scarier if it keeps going to results.
Yeah, Fumi's are legacy and adoration, and she's 2 up on adoration.
What do you say to each other? Here's that order.
Thank you.
He sets down some new dumplings in front of y'all.
Amook just starts eating
yeah,
the dumplings,
thanks.
waiting for them to resolve while judging the dumplings heavily. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave the 2 of you to talk alone about this. I think me being here is not going to help you decide. Plus, I kind of want to have a conversation with the cook back there, especially after trying this 4th dumpling from the plate of 6. Sorry, you each get 1. I'll be back. Luke gets up, goes to the kitchen.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Oh, I suppose you could come back here.
Amook just grabs the guy by the shoulder. Okay, look. I want you to understand that what I'm about to say is going to be one of those things. As we're heading to the back, his voice trails off.
It sounded so foreboding, just winding up for threats. Oh, very good. So, Lynn and Fumi, you sit opposite each other across a tray of 2 dumplings beginning to lose their steam.
Lynn, I'm sorry. I really don't want your parents to get hurt. I just, I want to do what's right here, and
So we agree.
Well, yeah, I'm just worried about what they're going to be, like, this dealer's going to be using the cabbage powder for.
Okay, and I'm worried about that too, but I can't let my parents get hurt.
I know, that's why I think we need to, probably we don't have much time, so we'll do the deal right now, but we do need to take care of, just do something to stop Yoshikaru from threatening you.
Yeah, and I'm up for whatever that is that you want to do. We can talk to the Red Monsoon. We can call the police. We can ask God for a miracle. I don't care what it is. I just can't let tonight go bad.
Yeah, I get it.
We cut to Jingmin.
Oh, dear God almighty.
But first, is it time for an ad break?
Oh my god,
I
wait.
think I
yes,
saw one
yes.
recently submitted for Dumpies, which is very on point for today's episode. Yes. Does anyone else see this in our Rotner spoilers thread in Discord? We have several ideas from Alyssa Powell. Loved that. Thank you, Will. Well. I think I would like for Danny to read this. Danny, can you find it? Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yes, it's in the Dustfire server.
Yeah. Rotner spoilers. January 30th. Code word dumpies.
Yes. I will read those.
Okay, thank you.
Dumpies, committed to doing better. Dumpies, food you want to dump in your mouth, but please don't. It's not safe. If your dumplings are so good that you ignored the warnings from the previous ad, we do have a healer on call. At Dumpies, we care. And I like to
Thank
think
you
in
for
the
that
background,
genius.
in the background of that, we just see several patrons, like completely like knocked unconscious at their tables, just asleep.
They're doing the ad and they're not even caring to remove those people before they film. They're just excited to have a motion picture.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's hope that Dumpies does better in the future. It looks like they at least respond to advice. And we're back. Jingmin, you are dangling from a rope inside of a tent. You look down at the two people you've heard speaking. They bowed to each other. There is a shared understanding that goes beyond the words that you've heard them say. And you watch as Jingong begins to exit the tent.
Is he so the individual he was talking to exited first, correct?
No, she is still there and she turns to attend to some papers on a desk. It looks like she's managing something like accounts.
But it was just them two in there previously.
Yeah. Yep. So Jingong is about to exit the tent and she's about to return to a desk essentially to do some work.
Oh my gosh. All right. This is what Min's going to do. She's dangling from a rope right now, but she will let go. And as she falls, she'll try to shoot an arrow in Jingong's path, kind of halting him from exiting.
Oh, wow. So you're dropping into this room, the tent, the area below you,
Yeah.
knowing that you're going to be in view
Mm-hmm.
of Ms. Encloth.
She's going for a stylistic entrance here.
Okay. And the goal with this arrow is to pin down the flap of the tent to prevent exit?
Yeah, or more so just to
Or-
let Gong know that, hey, someone's here and they don't want you to leave yet.
Okay. The shot itself is not too difficult. I will not make you
Alright.
roll for this. Jingmin, you fire your shot as you release the rope. And it does. The arrow plants right in front of your grandfather's feet. Are your arrows distinctive, Jingmin?
I think so. I think Gong would definitely recognize them.
Do they at least seem like Yuyan arrows?
Yeah.
Okay. At once, Dingong's bow is drawn and he whirls about with an arrow pulled, and his eyes trail on you. A raccoon? You are wearing full face paint, Jingmin.
I am wearing
You've
full
let your
face
hair
paint.
down. You've removed your family pin. No one fires a Yuyan arrow at me. No one except you, Min. It's good to see you.
Hello, grandfather. Who's your friend here?
Speaking of this friend, Will, is it Du or Fang? Which name applies to the mother of Lin and Cloth? Did you ever decide?
Steve, I'm gonna be so honest. I have no idea.
Okay.
I wrote down 2 names. I was like, yep, those are Lynn's parents.
Let's call her Du and Cloth. Du and Cloth's face is extra pale, and she looks a little bit rigid as she begins to sweep up together, just gather the papers on her desk and put them away into a satchel and say, Gong, do take care of this, won't you? I can't. Well, and Jing Gong looks at you, Jingmin, and says, I will.
And just to note, Min's arrow is likewise drawn or not,
Okay.
and drawn.
Yeah, you have a
at
second
Jing-Gong.
arrow ready. Yeah.
Mhm.
You should leave. Do. While you can.
Yes, do leave, please.
Right, darling. I'll get to that. I promise this wasn't us. There's no leak. All right. And she finds an exit through another flap of the tent and backs away with her papers. Did you follow me, Minnie?
If it isn't obvious, I did. You're pretty easy to follow, Grandpa.
Then you must know what I am doing. For the Lotus. For the world.
You've told me of your involvement with them before. And I don't have time to indulge your grand fantasies and delusions. But I do need you to come with me.
Where to?
Well, you'll find out when we get there.
I cannot entrust myself to blind fate. Nor to a child, however
Ina.
well I may have trained her.
Well, you should know, speaking of that training, that I might be the only one who has any chance facing you. And you have no idea how much I've trained since I've left, so you don't know what I'm capable of.
Indeed. I have no doubt that you are very capable, Minnie. But I'm afraid I cannot obey your wishes. I have orders of my own. You're holding that string back very nicely, though, to prove your point.
What if I told you that there are 2 associates of mine waiting outside this tent who would say otherwise to you not coming with us?
I would welcome the challenge, as I have many more associates close by. But Minnie, if you would step against the Red Lotus, I must stop you. Do you understand?
He can try.
Very well.
Jingmin. I'm trying to remember where I told Pearl and Donna to wait. I'm pretty sure I just told them to wait outside the tent.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you want to be more specific in where they're located, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I do just want them to have them waiting right outside the door. But I know I established last week that Jingmin had said if they hear anyone scream or anything similar to a yell, to come in. So
Yes.
she won't do that yet. But right now, I think she'll try to just launch an arrow at the cloth of his pants near his ankles, trying to trap Gong. Not mechanically,
Okay.
but
Yeah. Yeah. But at least fictionally.
at least fictionally, yes.
Yeah. As soon as you tip your arrow down towards his pant leg, Jingong mirrors your movement, and you release arrows at the same time, pinning each of you equally to the place where you stand. Let's cut to the outside of the tent, where a flying bison is licking Perla. I think she likes you, says the rider on top of the bison. Yeah, great. Perla stands, following your orders, Jingmin, staying close by, trying to make conversation awkwardly with this flying bison rider. Donna is nearby, we assume. But Perla does not at the moment seem disposed to immediately jump into the tent without being seen by this person. Look, I like animals, but that's enough. Just puts her hands out before being met with another massive lick from the flying bison. Boom Boom really enjoys new people. And we cut back to you, Jingmin.
Looking down, seeing the arrow similarly shot where she shot hers at Gong, she'll say, "We still think very much so alike. I have a new proposal, Grandpa.
I'm listening.
Fight me in here. A fair fight. If I win, you come with me. No questions asked. You tell your agents of the Red Lotus to stand down. If you win, I come with you. And I fulfill the purpose of your training me."
You would switch sides? Over a challenge? And
I'm only on
learn
one.
of the Red Lotus ways?
I'm only on one side, Grandpa. And that's mine.
Jingong strokes his beard pensively. Self-preservation. I can work with that. Danny, is Jingmin being sincere? Or is this...
No, she hates the Red Lotus.
Yeah.
She is very much so into self-preservation, you know, like it's a vibe whom she catches. But yeah, it's probably a trick. Also, a challenge.
Okay. Are you trying to use a mechanic here? other than trick?
Um,
I'm just curious because I know you've challenged people in direct ways before.
I think she is trying to mechanically use her challenge move, and she set the conditions for either of their victories.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
But,
I was hearing a deal on the table.
But she was being sincere when she said that she'd go with him if he wins,
Mhm.
because she has full confidence that she will win because she is such a prideful little girl.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think then that this is definitely not a trick. Let's review that challenge move.
Yes.
So when you throw a boastful challenge at an opponent before a fight, roll with passion. On a hit, the challenge lands. So let's see if it lands. Roll with passion, my friend.
All right, I am rolling. It feels so great. This is the first arc in the story we've been telling where Jingmin doesn't have any conditions marked. So this is
Wow.
I'm so comfortable. 2 6s for a 13.
Nice.
So yeah,
So,
on,
a hit, the challenge lands.
and on a 10 plus, clear all fatigue at the end of the fight. I don't have any fatigue marked yet, but I'm sure I'll mark some during the fight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So if you win, choose one, your opponent must. So do we want to wait on that until we just see what happens with the challenge?
I think so, yes.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Well, to your surprise, Min, your grandfather scans you and then nods. Very well. Min, you impress me. Such a thoughtful proposal. And I'm sure that once you come and see what the Red Lotus is doing, you will be persuaded of the new world that they are bringing. But first, you must lose, as you always have. Jingong, with stunning speed for his age, stoops down to retrieve the arrow that you've fired through his pant leg, pulling it from the ground and rolling out of the way as you fire your first volley. And we will cut. And just so you know, Danny, mechanically, I want you to be ready because you're entering an exchange with your grandfather.
Okay. I'm so scared.
Wow.
Also keep in mind, because this is a challenge, he gets to choose
An
Gong gets to
additional
choose one
technique.
extra technique in every exchange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, I
Very
just want to
big
note
boss energy all of a sudden.
Nick in the Twitch chat just being just so purely bloodthirsty.
Let me
Nick would have
transcribe.
nothing. Nick would have nothing less than for Min to just murder her grandfather.
Nick said, kill him. Kill him. Yes. Feel the bloodlust. And I agree. So I added cut off his head with an arrow. So
Oh my gosh!
I don't know if that's possible. Well, if anyone can do it, Min can. So we'll see.
exactly.
There you go.
Min's-
There you
Yeah.
go.
Min does not want to murder her grandfather. Min does not want to murder her grandfather. But she also doesn't want to be a Nazi. So, it's
For what it's worth, the Nazis didn't think that they were bad. Except probably most of them. Anyway,
I need to think
we'll
hard,
see. We'll
guys.
see. Yeah, I don't see you getting persuaded to join the Red Lotus, but if things shake out, I'll make my best case through the NPCs, Danny.
Oh, all
We
right,
cut
all
back to you just got to give the story a fair shake, so I have to play all the evil sides too. We cut back to Fumi and Lin sitting across from each other, trying to sort this out.
I think our best bet is to steal it afterwards.
Yeah, I agree.
If
I
we're
know there are a lot
stealing
of
it.
I know there are a lot of uncertainties with that, but at least then they don't have a reason to blame us for the deal going south.
Right, we did our part.
Yeah.
I just don't want them dead.
I know. We'll
Like-
protect them.
No, we don't have to do that. I just don't want them dead.
Well, this is also protecting in a way.
Yeah, but like, if they hit them, that's fine. They just can't die. Like, that would be bad for the local
Well,
economy.
I do kind of get what you mean. I mean, I think I would feel the same way with my parents.
Yeah, it's just, it's weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of people dying, do we think that the mook killed that weirdo yet?
We cut to a mook and that weirdo.
Okay, look.
Thank you for all of your generous input.
No, you need to make sure you render the pork fat first before you add in any of the other ingredients.
Right. Okay. Yes, I will do it.
Okay.
You're very scary, but your opinions are valuable, very astute.
Look, I'm happy you're bringing Dumpies back, but I have been working on bringing it back for a very long time. So seeing someone doing it so sloppily has me a little on edge.
Oh, I see. I expected more enthusiastic support from Dumpy's lovers. But this also helps. So thank you again. At this moment, Amuk, you see a flap at the bottom of a door in the back of the kitchen pop open, and a face peeps through it. Before the door opens, and Benny pops in. Oh, this boy just comes by occasionally, and I give him food.
Oh, I'm
Don't mind him.
very familiar with this boy. Hello, Benny.
Oh, you know him.
Oh, yeah. Speaking
Hi,
of which,
Amuk.
you should go check on the table with my friends and refill their tea and bring them a radish cake while I have a conversation here with this little one.
I can do that. All right. Just mind this, will you? It's already hot.
Get out of the kitchen.
Okay, all right. You know best.
Amuk
I
just
thought that was your
water
voice.
bends the
Says
pot.
Benny.
Benny, it's like you almost knew we were talking about you.
About me?
I need a favor.
Does it involve Guan? Because I like to leave him out of things. He just feeds me.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah, you weren't mean to him, were you? He looks scared.
I was merely giving him advice on how to make sure that Dumpy dumplings are actually good.
Oh. Well, that sounds fine.
I might inadvertently have threatened his family line, but I don't think I said it out loud.
Well, Guan has an uncanny ability to respond to things that people think. But I don't think he knows that, so he's just mostly confused all the time. As Guan, we just cut to Guan setting down tea and a radish cake at your table, Fumi and Lynn, and he just mumbles aloud to himself. He's like, "My whole family line. Wow."
What?
Oh, nothing.
Are you okay?
Is he
Well,
giving
I
you a
haven't
hard
been
time?
for a long time, so I'm not sure how to answer your question.
Do
Enjoy.
you want to sit down?
It might be good after all the threatening I just received.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
sit down.
It was
sit
mostly
down.
advice, but it just felt like there was a subtext of violence. And he just sits.
No,
he sits at a booth nearby and just starts kind of twiddling his thumbs.
No. Come sit here. Sit here. Don't spiral on your own. That's bad. Have friends around.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Very kind. I'm Guan, by the way.
Hi, I'm Lynn.
I'm Fumi.
So
know-
Are you the Fumi I heard on the radio in that match?
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, stellar. I'm a fan.
Thank you. That really means a lot. And for what it's worth, I love your food here.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Dumpies deserves the best. We'll see if we
Yeah.
can get there.
and just a word of advice.
Mhm.
It wasn't subtext that he was threatening you. It's probably pretty overt. Might want to
Okay.
look into that. You know.
Well, it's a good thing that we are committed to doing better. By we, I mean me, because it's still just me that works here. But
Well,
soon enough, people will come and I will hire them. You're not looking for a job, are you? Either of you?
No.
we'll talk some other time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, balls in your court.
Is he still back there?
Oh, yeah, the scary fella?
Yeah.
Yep, he's just talking to one of the local kiddos. Hangs around and eats my food.
Are you getting robbed?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh,
Though
okay.
it wouldn't be the first time. We cut back to
Phrasing.
Amuk and Benny.
So while Amuk is talking to Benny, Amuk is going to be working the kitchen and literally making dumplings and making them better. Benny,
Okay, I love it.
I need a favor.
Yeah.
I need you to find me all the ingredients on this list except for the last one. I can't have you ask any questions just yet. Here's the money to find everything and a little more for you.
Oh,
as
wow, that's a
payment
lot.
for getting this done.
I mean, yeah, it seems fair. He takes
I
the
don't-
cash.
Like, I don't know how expensive the items are going to be, so pay yourself accordingly.
A while ago,
Also-
I said I'd get more information for you. And maybe you already know this because everything's going crazy here in the city, but some of the officials, leaders, just important people have been missing, and then they're not missing anymore. They're found, but they're not acting the same. Even the chief of police, Beifong, doesn't seem right. And yesterday I saw some White Lotus agents acting strange.
How were
So
they
just be careful. It was like they were looking at nothing. Just several of them standing in a circle mumbling.
Would Amuk recognize that as similarly enough to the way Fumi was acting?
You would think it's quite distinct from the way Fumi was acting. Whereas Fumi was bubbly and giddy and extra impressionable, this sounds more resonant with well, actually, I don't know if you were there to witness this because you weren't in the jail cell when Tenzin came through.
Okay. Okay. Good. That's why I wanted to make sure. I was like,
It
hold
just
on.
sounds different enough. Yeah.
It's different enough. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that information, Benny. I appreciate it. I need you to do me a second favor.
This list, Amuk. I know you said
I-
don't ask about it, but
I know it'll take you some time. This isn't as important, but I need you, you can, to make sure Jingmin's okay.
okay.
I don't know where she is, and I'm afraid she left because of me. But I need
can
to know
check
she's
in on her.
okay.
You don't have any idea where she is? Not a lead?
She
Who
left
she's
with Kumadi the last time I saw her.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Here.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about it. Eat this dumpling first. This is Guan's dumpling.
Now, Amuk, I'll be straight with you. He looks at the list. Some of these things are across the 4 nations, so the only way I could get them is if someone already has them in the city. And I'd have to steal them, probably. Are you trying to contact Shadowpaw? He just looks at the scroll and then looks back at you.
Benny, do you have an in with Shadowpaw already?
I don't.
But you know
But-
this is what's needed to get a hold of her.
That's what the Rat Queen said. All the street rats kind of have some idea, but only recently have so many people tried to contact Shadowpaw that it's like she can't even keep up with the jobs. And so this list of things is in high demand. So it's becoming everybody's business. In fact, if I were you, I'd act quickly because I bet you Shadowpaw is going to realize that she needs new ways of being contacted. But these things are expensive, hard to find, and yeah, I don't know how well it'll work. I can look.
Look, if you don't find everything, at least now I have an answer as to what all this is for. My suspicions weren't this. But it's, I think, a step in the right direction.
If I can't get everything, I'll return most of your cash, Hamuk.
Still take something for yourself. I know you still need payment. But
Thanks.
before you leave, I need you to eat Guan's dumpling first.
Oh, I always do that.
Yeah, try his dumpling first, please.
Okay. So this
Now
is
try
this is
my
his.
dumpling. Yes,
Okay. Good as usual. And yours? Okay.
try mine.
Oh. Are you working here now?
I think I might do what's called a hostile takeover.
That would be very good. This is good.
All right, go work on that first, Benny, please.
Okay.
And please
Amuk, I do have one question. If you can't answer it, I understand.
go ahead, Benny.
Where did you get this list?
I took it off Zephyr Sky Dancing.
Then he's already successfully contacted her. There's a possibility that there's remaining ingredients in his estate. I can start there, but there's a lot of security.
Yeah.
And if he's already used it all up, then I won't know where else to start.
Okay.
Good luck, Amuk. Be safe.
You too, Benny. Please be safe. And if you have time, make sure Jingmin's okay.
Okay. I'm going to grab some more dumplings.
Amuk is gonna walk back into the dining room with his plate of dumplings that he made, put them on the table, take 3 specifically, put them in Guan's hands, and tell Guan to eat.
Your wish is my command. Scary friend you have here. And he just starts eating them. Oh my, this is fabulous. You're hired.
Guan, I own 85% of this restaurant now.
When did that happen? Oh my.
Just now. You ate the dumplings. You agree they're better than yours. I'll give you the recipe for 85% of Dumpy's franchise and this restaurant forever.
This is like that show, Monkey Shark Tank.
Oh, is this a plead? Is this a rely on your skills and training? Is this nothing? Is this just hilarious?
A great threat. I'll roll
It
for
sounds
it.
like an
I'll roll.
intimidate.
This is
You're
an
right.
intimidate.
You're right. It's an intimidate. Let's roll intimidate for the first time in a
Hostile
while,
takeover.
Gus.
Oh God.
Hostile takeover.
Oh.
This is insane.
Okay. What do I add for intimidate?
Passion.
Passion. And you're good at that, huh?
I
Mhm.
am. Let's see. I am very good at passion. I am +2 at passion. That is not that great, however.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a 9.
Oh,
Oh,
no, a 9's a hit.
wait. No, I feel like that's.
Yeah. It's not a 10 plus, but it's still a hit.
Hey, wait.
So
I'll
it's not
help
a
with
9.
that.
Oh, okay. Wow. What do you do?
Lynn's gonna say, "Hey, if you let him own it, I'll work here."
Oh, well, that does sweeten the deal. Mark a fatigue for me, Lynn and Cloth.
Easy peasy.
It's like that pre-kitchen fatigue. It's before you even work your shift. You know, it's the anticipation of work. It tires you out here.
Oh, I felt that.
Oh, sorry, Daddy. We're trying to provide an escape from life for everyone. So sorry
No,
about that.
it's all
Like
right.
how we-
You can never escape the service industry. I've learned that.
Well, I hope everyone's excited for season 3 of The Bear premiering right here, right now.
Mhm.
The
I'm Carmi. I claim Carmi.
Amuk.
We have 97 sweet beefs. We have 10. Where's my expo chefs? Hands! Hands! Hands!
Meanwhile, we're Monkey Shark tanking, and Jigmin is getting shot at.
I'd say there's an equal amount of tension in both rooms.
That's fair.
Amuk,
So
on a hit, they're going to choose one of these options: running to escape, to get back up, backing down but keeping watch, giving in but with a few stipulations, or attacking you but off balance with a condition marked. You can pick one that they cannot choose with a 10 plus. What can they not do here?
They can't. I feel like them attacking me is really not going to be that bad.
Yeah,
Just
I
throws,
agree.
throws a dumpling at you.
Yeah. What was the first one again? Sorry.
Running to escape or get back up.
Running to escape and get back up. They can't.
They just
do
call the police.
Wise
that.
choice.
He's like, this man's taking my restaurant.
God, imagine throwing a dumpling in a waterbender. That would go so poorly.
Especially a soup dumpling.
They can just bend the dumpling.
Oh, we need more. We need dumpling bending in this series.
We're
Please.
working
The
on
best
it.
subtype of the best bending subtype is dumpling bending.
In our
Yes.
in-between episode where we're just working at the restaurant we now own, Amuk is going to be bending all the dumplings.
Yes. Amuk, Guan looks at you. His eyes dart to the sides of the room as though he contemplates escape and then decides against it. Sounds like a deal. I will need it to run well in order to recover what I've put up for the property, but I'm sure it will. Thanks to you. A lot has changed in a day.
Looks over at Lynn. Congratulations, Lynn. You own 15% of this restaurant as well.
Do I own any? Does that leave me 85 plus 15?
No, you keep your 15. I'm giving up 15 of my 85 to give to Lynn,
Oh, thank goodness.
and another 15 for Fumi.
Wait, for me?
Yeah. I want to make sure you guys have
okay.
something.
Now that you-
That's a little piece of yours.
Now that you mention it, would you mind kind of being a mascot for Dumpies or something? I don't know if that's the right word. Mascots are usually creatures but I don't, advertising or something, Fumi. You just seem like, a popular gal.
With the pro
Oh,
betting
I have
ticket, you
to
could really
back
advertise
to-
everything. Thinking as the owner of this restaurant now, Fumi, as the majority owner, Guan,
Oh, yes.
we here at Dumpies would like to sponsor you.
Oh, okay.
This
think-
happened so fast.
I already have a dumpling that I want to make in honor of your latest victory. It'll be an airy dough that we will call the Fumi Sweep. It'll be in the shape of an airbending push. It'll be very light and airy and doughy, covered in. You give me
Air.
plum energy because you're so sweet. So a plum sauce glaze, but the interior needs to be a little tart. You did call that person a frigid jerk.
That
I
was
like
called-
that. Very
so
cool.
I think a matcha custard filling with the plum sauce.
Oh, it's a dessert dumpling.
Lynn's already
Yeah.
sketching.
Oh, I love the sound of that. I want to try it.
Oh, me
Right.
sweet. Oh, me sweet.
Oh, me sweet. You see the first
Wow.
time.
Guan just
like,
starts heading back to the kitchen excitedly. This is a huge mood shift suddenly, but the idea has such force.
the first time since everything's happened, Amuk is like almost at ease and smiling. It's not big. It's just
Wow.
enough to know that Fumi and Lynn are going to be okay owning a little bit of this restaurant.
Nothing like a
Hmm.
hostile takeover to really soothe the mind.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Amuk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's-
thank you.
Did the two of you decide on what we're doing next?
Yeah, we're going to do what was asked and make sure the deal goes through and try and steal it after.
Okay. Also, in reference to the list of ingredients that we have, Benny, I asked Benny for that favor, and Benny told me that everything that's on that list is what you need to summon Shadowpaw.
Oh.
Lynn's eyes pop out of her head. Not literally, of course. That would be disgusting.
Suddenly the Tim Burton movie.
So, do we need to like go get them?
I asked Benny to try to get everything for us. He said since I got the list from Zephyr's, more than likely he still has some of the ingredients left. But if we want to do this, we have to do it fast, because that means Zephyr probably already contacted Shadowpaw.
Okay. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Should probably, speaking from experience, we should probably go scope out where the deal is going to happen and see what our best options are going to be.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine.
Should we go? I feel like we just made a really big commitment here. I don't really know how that should...
I think we should go.
Okay.
As we start walking out, Amuk is just going to yell, "Go on! Go on!"
Yeah.
I left the recipe in the kitchen. Follow it to a T. If I come back and the quality's not where it needs to be, you'll know.
Oh, I'm sure I will. All right. And with even more trembling, Guan continues his hurried work.
This poor
I'm scared
old
of this
man.
man.
We cut to Jingmin.
I'm so scared.
Jingga. My goodness.
Me oh my.
Danny,
Greatest Sawayama quote.
let's do that stance move. What are you thinking?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna defend and maneuver.
Defend and maneuver. Excellent. Show me your roll.
Yeah, instead of rolling 2d6s, can I just roll 2d20s? Take that.
That sounds great to me.
I cannot
Okay, I
allow
think
it,
I'm
though
fine,
You may
though.
have a glorious moment anyway.
I think I'm fine though. I just rolled 2 5s for
Okay.
a 12 total.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
do I do many-ting or few-ting? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mark a fatigue.
Fatigue. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Wait,
To
what did you
use-
say? What did you call me?
I'm just
I
gonna
will
chew
not
this one over with
say
some
anything
water.
without first speaking to a lawyer. I'm going to use a learned technique called Take the High Ground.
Okay.
Move to an advantageous position above your foe. Mark 1 fatigue again, so I'm going to mark another fatigue. Become favored and ignore all fatigue conditions and negative statuses from any attacks made against you this exchange. So,
Nice.
fictionally, Xingmin, she sees Gong going for the arrow that she had shot at him. And so, as fast as she can with her little raccoon-like speed, she'll shoot one of her roped arrows back at the post, holding in the middle of this tent, holding it up, and sort of swing around it, positioning herself somewhere like up, like in the middle of the post, above Jingong.
Okay.
She's sort of hanging off of it as a pirate would on his little ship pillars. I forgot what they're called. Masts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your goal here is to still stay engaged, right?
She's still engaged, but she now has an advantageous position.
Okay. And you're hanging on the side of this post. That's the
Yes.
support for the tent.
Yes.
by the rope from the arrow that you fired.
And let me just double check. Yeah. Yep, I become favored and I ignore all fatigue conditions and negative statuses inflicted on you by attacks to make against you this exchange.
Okay. Wow.
So, Jingmin is
Nicely done.
as a deity. And now that technique is practiced.
Wow, that's awesome. As a deity, as one might say, untouchable for at least this exchange, mechanically speaking. So I can land a hit, but effectively, it will not do anything to your fatigue.
Yes, it doesn't mention anything about balance though.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh, I like that a lot. Well. Jingong seems surprised by this tactic. He had dodged your initial flurry of arrows as you went into this exchange and rolled to the side, still having your initial arrow in hand, the one that he's pulled from his pant leg. And he draws his bow and fires that arrow back at you. It misses as you swing around at this post. And as you finally come into your position, he advances and attacks. Just discarding his bow instantly. As soon as you take in this position. Yeah. And he charges and starts to run up the post and reaches to grab your ankle. He does grab it, Jingmin, and he is now hanging on you. I would inflict a negative status related to this, but I cannot. You are spared from any mechanical disadvantage related to this. But he is trying to pull you down with his weight.
Choose an additional technique.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I don't know if any technique he chooses will actually be able to do anything to me, because I have the high ground now. Jingong.
Yeah.
It's over, Gong. I have the high ground.
I think, let's see, under advance and attack, I think a simple strike will do here. But I believe the only mechanical benefit of the strike is typically fatigue. Is that right? Let me check here.
No. Strike opponent reach, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance away from center. Their choice. Or you can mark 1 fatigue to choose for them. Oh no, you mark 1 fatigue, force them to mark 2 fatigue. Oh, so you can't ever force them.
The choice of a balance shift.
Yeah.
Which means that you can just choose to take fatigue and then not take fatigue. Is that your reading of it?
Yeah, but I don't know why I'm helping you. You're my enemy, but pressure would technically be the only technique that would actually do anything.
Yes. No, that's fair.
And I feel like him holding my ankle is kind of narratively makes sense for pressure.
Yeah. Let's see. Impress or intimidate a foe. Choose an approach. Your foe cannot choose to use that approach in the next exchange. Yeah, it's been a while since I used pressure, but this seems like a good pressure moment. I will say, yeah, he does pressure. And he just reaches up and matches the grip of his first hand with his second, just sealing the deal on this ankle grip. And he pulls himself up towards you and throws both of his legs around the pole for stability. And he says, "You're not going anywhere, Minnie. And you are not allowed to evade and observe next exchange."
Okay.
I just love that out of nowhere I channeled like a strange, like climbing monkey like energy into your grandfather.
I love it.
Tell me what's next.
I don't have anything I don't think I want to do between exchanges. I'm down to just go into another one if you are. I'm not scared
Okay.
of anything.
We cut to the flying bison outside of the tent, still licking Perla despite protest. And Perla turns her ear towards the tent. She has not heard a scream, but she has heard signs of struggle. Just give me a sec, Bison. Just. Her name's Boom Boom. Right, Boom Boom. Well, just give me a sec. And Perla steps towards the front of the tent, where there is still an inattentive guard. The one that your grandfather passed initially to get in here. And Perla just says, I think you should check on the folks in there. Oh, yeah? And the guard turns around to start going into the tent, and Perla just clubs him on the back of the head with a fist, and he drops unconscious. Perla opens the flap of the tent and witnesses your next move, Jingmin.
Perla's in here now?
Yep.
Okay.
You got some pressure.
Does Jingmin see Perla?
Yes. Unmistakable. Large
Yeah,
and covered in slime.
So real quick, Jingmin will just say,
Saliva, actually.
Don't interfere, Perla. I've got this.
Okay. If you're sure.
And Jingmin will advance and attack this time.
What move do you choose? Oh, yeah, let's see the roll first.
Yeesh. Roll with passion, which is a little less good than focus, but so good. A 6 and a 5.
You're doing
Plus
great.
1 for a 12. I'm just waiting for it to all come crashing down on me, and we all get to see a 12-year-old perish on screen. But hey, it's okay.
Wouldn't be the first time in the Avatar universe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yet.
Oh god.
Heartbreaking.
So I'm advancing and attacking, and I can unmark favored to use an additional basic or master technique.
Nice.
So I am going to use pressure, strike, and pin a fly to a tree.
Okay.
So I'll start from the top down. First, I'll use strike. I won't. How about I'll narratively say what she's doing first.
Yeah.
So in response to Gong grabbing her ankles and latching his legs around the post, saying you're not going anywhere. Min will say, "You're not going anywhere either," and she'll take an arrow and sort of shoot it down at straight through his arm
Through
and into
his
the
arm.
post, piercing his
Oh.
arm and lodging the arrow into the post.
Oh.
And I think that should represent both strike pressure and pin a fly to a tree. So
Yeah.
So for strike, I won't mark the fatigue, so you can choose to either have him mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance.
Yeah. I will say I'm going to mark a condition. I have some custom conditions for this guy. And the condition is humbled.
Yeah, he is. Down.
There you go, Minnie. And as far as the pressure, what can I not choose next exchange?
I will say he cannot. He cannot defend and maneuver because I don't want him to move.
Well, I think you've made it pretty hard for him to move. Not to.
Yeah.
And then, well, no, here. Sorry, I'm going back on that as soon as I said it. I'm gonna say he cannot advance and attack.
Okay.
Yes, and for pin a fly to a tree, it says, fire arrows with perfect accuracy to pin a foe in place. Oh, isn't that hard being accurate because he's right below me? But I will, dear Lord, I'll just mark. I was really thinking hard about marking my remaining 3 fatigue to make him trapped, but I will just mark the 1 fatigue to impair him.
Okay, impaired it is.
So to clarify, you are forcing him to move.
He can only move with defend and maneuver. So he can choose to either move or just observe. We'll see what happens.
So can't attack next time and impaired. Well done. A very strong play.
Huh.
His eyes go wide and he looks into yours, Min. Impressive. I am proud of you. And he pulls the arrow out of his own arm as he releases your ankles and falls back down towards the ground. Before I choose any further stances for him, a flying bison head bursts into the tent and knocks Perla over onto the ground. And the rider, eventually forces themselves through the top of the tent. It's had to be stretched a bit. The opening normally doesn't accommodate a flying bison. The rider looks and surveys what's going on and says, I thought something strange was up. You can't be doing this in this tent. Sees the arrows, sees the blood coming out of your grandfather's arm, and then just has a suddenly grave expression and says, Boom boom. Attack. And
can Jingmin respond?
Yes, but one moment, because this one is kind of fun.
Oh no!
As the bison,
oh no!
The bison is only part way into the tent, but you hear the voice of Donna muffled behind it. You all right in there? And then the slam of the bison's tail. And just a tremendous gust of wind causes the whole tent to shake, the edges of the canvas to flap. And you surmise that Donna was just blasted quite a distance. I'll allow you to respond to it, Jingmin.
Jingmin will look down at this individual on the flying bison, whom we now know as Boom Boom, and say, Don't interfere! This is mine and his fight!
Oh. I think there's a move here. Is this intimidate? Is this plead?
I could see it going either way.
Because plead typically depends on an NPC to care about what you think. We don't have a history with this NPC.
Yeah, I think it'd be intimidate then.
Okay. Well, let's see it. Roll with passion.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a 6.
So if we all help from across the city.
Well, I would only need one
Yeah.
person to help across the city for it to be at least a small hit. But
Oh.
um
Yeah, so this NPC will not back off or give in. It's just how I read this one.
Jingmin's challenges never go according to plan.
You should have taken your fight somewhere else. Poor choice. And the flying bison lurches towards you as we cut to Amuk, Fumi, and Lin. The three of you follow the information you've been given by Woshi Keru to the access point to this secret system of tunnels. And as you keep moving closer and closer to what you think is the spot on the map, you hear the growing swell of noise. At first indistinct, but as you get closer, it becomes clear that this is the sound of crowds cheering. And eventually, Lynn, the tops of circus tents come into view.
Oh, God.
The access point, based on your best sense of this little map on your scroll, is one of these tents. And we will cut there. That was fun.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well,
Hello?
I've just had the core rulebook up in front of me like this entire time.
Just
like
panic reading. Yeah, I think it would be fun, especially if as you move towards the circus, you come into view and you just see the behind of a flying bison popping out of a tent with no further explanation. Well, y'all, we're having a ton of fun. Thanks, players, for bringing your wonderful energy to this every week. I love the story we're telling. And if you haven't yet, join us in Discord and hang out with us. You can also follow us on Twitch or Patreon if you have not yet. We appreciate the support so much. And to those who do help us out, we thank you especially for helping us continue to do this. It's amazing. Last time, we also got a lot of love on Twitch. Thank you for that. We're just really excited to keep growing and hopefully help these stories find more people who love them. So thanks for hanging with us. Do we need to do anything special instruction-wise, Will? Are we going to raid?
Oh, yeah, we'll do that.
For the purpose of a clean audio cut for post for Justin. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See Carmody.
Okay, there was a
Musical
good
episode.
pause. That was the clean cut, right? That was the clean cut?
That was a clean cut.
No,
Oh wait,
this is the
no, hold
clean
on.
cut.
No, the clean cut is going to happen after bananas.
Wait, just say
Are we all gonna
bananas?
see bananas together?
Was that it? Was that bananas?
Banana.
Bananas.
Banana.
banana.
Okay. Full transparency, everyone in Twitch chat, we're looking for someone to raid. Here's the thing. Looks like starting at 6 p.m. for TTRPGs on the East Coast is very popular. 6 p.m., 9:30 p.m.
6
so
p.m. for me.
6 p.m. for Nikki and Gus. So we're looking for a channel that's like started relatively recently that we can raid into. So give me like, oh, never mind. Justin says he's about to start the raid. Do what you want, Justin.
Nice. Raid you later.
Raid you later.
Everyone
Bye.
in chat, that is our raid message. Ignore the fact that Justin and I sent it twice. We were both just very excited.
Beautiful.
We will see you all next Tuesday here, and also, I believe, next Saturday, right? Or is that going to be next Saturday?
I couldn't tell you. I have no sense of time.
Danny?
I'm in South Africa.
Checking.
Okay, so next Tuesday for us this Thursday for the Forge. And I think in 2 Saturdays for, like, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday for Scum and Villainy. And I'm sticking with that.
Okay, it's
Sunday.
typically on
Let's
Sundays.
do Sundays
Yeah,
for Scum and
it's all
Villainy.
good.
Two
Yep.
Sundays was coming villainy.
Oh,
Cool.
You terrified me for some reason.
You're welcome.
Oh,
And
it's
he's like, what, Saturday? All right.
What's happening on a Saturday? Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Forge on Thursday.
Forge on Thursday.